Wings. Wings never changes. Since the dawn of Richard, he has been crying and blaming all of his life's problems on anything but himself due to narcissism and gluttony. Years on, Richard's life has become an uninhabitable abyss of Pepsi Cola and Wendy's chili boxes. It was in this modular home Wings was born, and it is here that Wings will die, because in Trailer 101, no one ever enters and no one ever leaves, because Wings never changes.
Something miraculous happened.
What we gotta talk about, bud? Oh, the tweet? Let's talk about the tweet, right? Let's talk about it. So let's go to like Southwest Airlines or something. Let's pop over here. All right, Southwest Airlines. All right, I'm a big dude, so like it doesn't matter about this. So I have to buy 2 tickets. We're gonna go to the Bush Intercontinental Airport. Fly in on a Friday, leave that Sunday. All right, search. All right, so you'd be like, oh, look, here's a $268 ticket. No, that's not a $268 ticket. But let's click on it. Let's click on this 188, right? Then you collect your next flight. Well, the next flight, I could go here to here. All right, that's $274. Still good. Still good. Still $931. That's without bags, security fees, car fees, pet carrier fees. But like I was gonna do one of these, right, and be in the air 14 hours to make this thing, and then Keemstar pulled the plug on it, right? If you wanted to make it a reasonable flight, right? Because like this flight back right here wouldn't actually work for me, because like there's a panel on Sunday and I'd have to leave at 11 a.m. and people would get mad at me because I left at 11 a.m. Sunday when the panel might not be till like 1 o'clock. So I actually need this flight to be like 3 or 4 p.m. Sunday and get back at like 11 o'clock at night. So let's adjust for that. So we can't, so that the cheap flight is gone. Let's search again. Let's select our cheapest flight possible. All right. So like this would probably be better, the 1 p.m. to 6, but even then that might not do what I do. But look, oh, it's more expensive. These are the cheapest. Now all of a sudden it's $1,200 without without checking a bag 2 ways, right? Because you got to check a bag going and leaving, right? So that's $160 because they're $80 to check a bag, right? Usually somewhere in that ballpark. Then you got 2 days at the Myrtle Beach Airport for putting your car in storage. That's going to be another, I don't want to come off my ass. Let's call that another $50, right? But right there. Got to pay for pet storage for Bailey and the cat. Call that another $100. Like it's a very expensive trip to be something I don't even want to fucking do. Like that's the tweet. But like I was gonna do it. I was just gonna like fuck it, charge that $2,000 to the game and go do it. But then Keemstar's like, oh, we're not going to do it. You're not going to show. I'm going to go to my friend's memorial party. And boom, it was canceled. No, I didn't cancel it. Keem canceled it. I found some American airline tickets that were $850 round trip, but I had to pay for bag fees. Actually, it was $781, and I had to pay bag fees, so it'd been like $900. I don't know what the panel was going to be, but I know I've been to shit like this before, and it's always underwhelming. What it would have been most likely is some convention center that held 250 people, and they would have had like video games and shit like that there, and there'd been a bunch of booths, a lot of fucking walking, a lot of people wanting to like touch you and shake your hands, and I was going to have to wear gloves because I didn't want to get sick again. Oh, you know what it smelled like in there. But like people are out here acting like
It's the
like a $188 ticket is actually $188. No, motherfucker,
never changes.
they're not $188. That's the price they get you. I'm just gonna do something quick. I hate making characters. Hey Max, I can't find anything on this on Clip's channel, but what's your opinion on the show? Which show? Oh, you're talking about the Fallout show? I haven't seen it. One thing you'll learn about me is I'm cheap as the day is long, and like I am not paying for a streaming service. Oh, by the way, if people wonder why I never even touched Spirit Air, Spirit Air didn't work because I could get in on Friday, but I couldn't fly out till Monday, and I don't have a hotel that long. But Spirit Air would have been a little cheaper, but they don't have enough flights, and all Spirit Air flights are fucking long. Like, if you want to fly Spirit Air, remember, you're going to be in the air 10 to 15 hours. No, that wasn't hotel costs included. But, like, Boogie got us some shitty days in hotels for a couple days. Like, I had, like, a split bedroom. Hey, cool, Danny. I'm about to hit Emerald 1, too. But it's not even my Camaro. It's my wife's Camaro. I hate her. Oh! You finally playing a new game? Yeah. Why did Kelly say she had driving PC and get a Camaro? Because she did. Here's the whole line of thinking, right? Like, am I going to do a new car reveal? First off, it's not a new car. Second off, we've had it over a year, right? What ended up happening with Kelly is we had a 2020 Ford Explorer XLT. Really liked it. We named it Evan, and we used it for all our like long distance trips and things like that. And we really liked the car. Like, it's probably one of our favorite cars was the Ford Explorer 2020 XLT. It had a 10-speed transmission, had the 2.3 EcoBoost. It was a really fun car. Had room. It kind of fit us, right, for groceries, kayaks, that kind of deal. Right. We got a really good deal on it. We bought it December 23rd of 2020. Yeah, December 23rd of 2020. And we had a 0% interest, and we got $10,000 all stickered. It's stickered for $46,000. We got it for $36,000. We bought an extended warranty for like $3,000, so we ended up financing $39,000 at 0% interest. The payment was like $550, right? We drove that car for about a year and a half, and then we had a guy named Mr. Mooney. I'm not gonna give you his first name. Had a piece of shit 1998 Dodge Grand Caravan, freshly picked off the farm. Well, his brakes completely failed, and it hit a Toyota Camry that was behind my wife. Pushed that Toyota Camry into my wife, pushed my wife's car into a Ford Escape. Ended up totaling the Ford Explorer, right? It was totaled because of parts, not because of body damage, right? So now we lost our really good deal, and we were thrown into the market of, this is like 2021, early 2022. So we had just lost a deal with a 0% interest rate. We had on a car we liked, and now we had to get a new car for my wife, and the insurance company would only pay for like 3 days of a used car. So we started looking for cars. So my wife's always wanted a Camaro, so we started looking for Camaros, but we couldn't find one. We found a used red one, but it was the 2-liter turbo, and it was an LS. So it didn't have it had the base radio, had base everything, the little 4-cylinder engine. But she really liked it, but she didn't like how base it was. So I go, hey, the Blazer is the SUV Camaro. And if you've ever looked at the Blazer and the Camaro, they almost exactly alike interior wise. And lo and behold, a dealership near us had a new Blazer that was for sale. And so we went and bought the Blazer, and everybody knows about the Blazer. It was a color she didn't like, but we didn't have a choice at the point. You pretty much bought what was on the market, right? So we put like $8,000-9,000 down on the Blazer, and we took it off. It was the LT3, had like the tech package, the Bose system, had the V6. It was a nice little car. It was a fun car, but she didn't like it. She really wanted a Camaro. So fast forward about another year and a half, the blue Camaro pops up on a dealership lot. And she fell in love with it. So we sold the Blazer and we bought the Camaro. We ended up making like $4,000 off the Blazer of the 9 that we put down. So we got like 4,000 of it back. Put that on the Camaro, and then we got in the blue Camaro. So 2018. So 2018 2LT. It's got the sunroof, the Bose system. It's a rally sport. Here, I'll show you a picture of it. Here's a picture of it. We put a lot of money down. We put $9,000 down, and this was still when the market, used cars held a lot of value. And we only had put like 9,000 miles on the Blazer. No, it's not salvage title. No, I didn't say the Camaro was a V8. I said we owned a V8, and we do. We do own a V8. My truck's a V8. You gotta listen to the wording particularly. We have the LGX 3.6 high feature, made it to the 8-speed transmission. The PTSD was, she had PTSD from people coming up behind her for a long time, and the Blazer had this camera system in it, where like you press a button on like the mirror up here, and it would show everything behind you, like a camera, like behind you. Instead of actually being the mirror, it would actually be a camera that was backed on the back of the Blazer. And that thing messed with her so hard, and she didn't like driving it because of that. Right, and she's slowly gotten over it, but she still doesn't get over it completely. The Stigs, you understand, is the Camaro is not only cheaper than the Blazer, so it's a less payment, it's older, and we've had it a year or more. Spencer Strider, I even showed, I went and did it online, that those $188 flights turn into $1,000 quickly once the fees get added. I mean, people in the chat can back me up. Did we not sit here and do a flight online? No. I said the Camaro in my hand. It's the V8. I don't know what the Camaro's at right now. Here it is. Here it is. You can't really tell. But it says 20. This says 2016 Camaro SS. SS stands for Super Sport. That means this Camaro is a V8. Trust me, Jared. It's like, why do they care what my wife drives? My wife has a job. Who cares? Keemstar canceled the trip, Bones. No, I had a plane ticket, but Keem decided to cancel the beat up. We actually did plan out the trip on the American Airlines was the one that I found the cheapest. I could get American Airlines for $731 round trip, and the times lined up, and I'd have to pay for 2 checked bags, one there, one coming back. That's $160. So like, might as well call it $200 more. So that one was going to be like $930 round trip. Spirit doesn't work. Spirit doesn't have flights coming back. Oh, I never wanted to do it to begin with. I will admit that right now. Like, I want to go fly halfway across the fucking America to go sit in a convention center with a bunch of dudes that don't know what a shower is. Oh. Like, let's talk about Texas, right? Let's talk about Texas. Let's go to Google Maps, Houston, Texas. And this might give my address away, but everybody knows where the fuck I live at. Let's just do it. Conway. Okay, let's do it broad. So let's pop over here just so you can see what I'm looking at. This is Conway right here to Houston, Texas. It is 1,100, let's call it 1,200 miles, right? Because you might stop and pee and you might miss a detour or something. Let's call it 1,200 miles just for safety's sake, all right? So 1,200 miles. My truck gets like 400 to 450 miles to a tank. So I'm going to need, let's call it 3 tanks of gas. 3 tanks of gas at $4 a gallon. What is that? My truck has a 24-gallon tank. I can't do the math in my fucking head. Somebody's probably done the math for me already. What's the math? Oh, my truck takes 93 octane. So my gas in my truck takes $4.10 to $4.30 usually. Since nobody's doing the math, let me do it for you. So 24 times 4 is $96. So 96 times 3 was $288. So you got to do that twice. So let's call that $600 worth of gas. Then you got food, bathroom stops, drinks, possibly 2 hotels. Hey Hanso, thank you for the $5. So like, I would say that driving it would probably cost us somewhere around like $800 to $900. But the issue is, show us the floor. You'll donate $10, huh? I really hate you to see the floor that my animal's pissed all over, but here's my desk. That's my desk. Here's the pissy floor. I have a party hat right there. Oh, there's a tag from a shirt that my wife gave me for my birthday I haven't picked up yet. You know, there's might be a little dirt I haven't swept yet, but you know, I need to change the trash can. I don't know what build I'm doing yet. We're still talking about like the locale stuff and the drama. I do kind of lie in the next episode though. Thanks for that. Even though we didn't see all your desk, why has it been so many years since you put a doorknob in the door? Like what part of my desk did you want to see? Like you seen most of it. You want to see behind the monitors? You think there's like coats of dust back there? Well, somebody asked me. We take questions from members, and one of the members asked me what truck I drive, and I gave my old truck. It was like, realistically, your boy drives a 6.2 trail balls. I've had that for about 2 years. It's a 2021. No, my payment is actually less than my old truck. The payment is like $525. Like it kind of fell apart a little bit because we were supposed to go out with her mother and her sister, and her mother pulled out and her sister pulled out. So it ended up just being me and Kelly. So we went to a place called Hog Heaven. But Kelly has her own bank account. She pays for her car. I pay for mine. We still have a joint bank account. What Kelly does is since Kelly's very bad with money, she takes 60% of her check that she gets after 401k and insurance and puts it into our joint bank account, and then she gives herself like $400 each paycheck for her own personal use. This is a way that we can keep her from tearing up my tearing up the joint banking account. So she like pays for her stuff. She pays for like her car and stuff out of her own personal account. Why is this a disaster stream? Yeah, I'm gonna play eventually. I just want to get all this shit out of the way ahead of time. Why not drive to Houston? Because it's 20 hours. It's like 21 hours, and like 20 hours on the road, and all I'm gonna save would be like, in some cases I might not even save money. Right? That's rough. That's rough. Because like what would happen is we would basically do 10 hours a piece there. It's she would probably do the first 10 hours. I'd probably do the second 10 hours. And then once we get there, we got to go stay at a shitty Days Inn hotel, and we're both going to be tired. Who knows when we get there? So then people are going to want to like hang out and go to dinner and stuff like that. And then once we get done with all that, we got to load back up and drive back 20 hours. That's 40 hours in the car. Yeah, that's what somebody says. Won't you drive there? Because it's a long distance and it'll be exhausting. I should stop this stream for what? How much would like I said before, it's going to cost $600 in gas. Even if we took the Impala. We took the Impala. The Impala gets 34 miles per gallon highway. And it can get 400 a tank. And it's got a 15-gallon tank. So 15 times 3.2. That's 48 times 3, so that's 144. Let's just round it up to 150. So it'd be $300 in the Impala. So like the Impala's way cheaper, but I don't trust the Impala to go 1,200 miles that way because it's a 16-year-old car. Like it's dependable, but like it kind of needs back brakes. It's kind of got a power steering leak. Train. Funny you asked, Train. I actually looked at trains. And like Amtrak doesn't go to Houston, but there is a train company in Charleston that does go to Houston. And like, here's what I found with this, right? This is Amtrak. I guess it's Amtrak in Charleston. But like, this would be $471 round trip. So this would still be $900 for two people. But you got 3 transfers, you got a bus trip, and you got to drive the 100 miles to Charleston. And you also got to store your car in Charleston. So like this is going to easily be $1,000, and you got to spend you got to spend a lot more time traveling. So you got 3 tickets, and it isn't as cheap as people make it out to be. We're not taking any car. I got to select the round trip option because I don't see a round trip option. It might be like $1,000 to get there. Yeah, it could be wrote off on taxes as a business expense. The issue with that. The issue with business expenses is I have such low overhead that even with a $2,000 business trip, I might still
Thanks again.
find myself
Peace of mind.
not.
For you and Sean.
The standard merit deduction still might be more beneficial than writing that off. The standard deduction is $25,000. You can deduct like $25,000 off your overall income, and that usually is more. That usually helps you more than doing a little bit of long form, unless you have a lot of overhead. White Cliffs to Dover, yeah. I went to fucking London, which is a worse flight, but I didn't have to. I wasn't the one picking the tab up. I haven't watched the show yet, Simple Jan. Like to me, like getting on a plane, that's whatever. The difference is I'm the one that's got to pay for these tickets, and it's like I've never been the type of person that can.
Infant, adult male, adult female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
I haven't heard of the Civil War. I'm tired of Sally's. Oh, they talk in code so they can. So they when their shit doesn't actually work, they can be like, oh, we didn't have any of that planned. Stellar Blade looks too anime for my liking. I looked at it. Kelly will have to carry him in 2 urns. Is that a threat? The only debt I have is like an air condition and like my truck payment. Oh yeah, you're right. I do only own 25%. Silly me. Yeah. I mean, they worried so much about, they pocket watch so hard. What is Orthodox Easter, Alex? Bethesda gets cooking so fucking wrong in most of the situations that they put it in. I've never learned what actually triggers the mole rats here. My title might break into the algorithm. Yeah, can't have my channel be found, right? And later on, I can make great men taps. Hash, what airport you flying into, baby?